Ready, Char?
Ready. Good morning and happy weekend to everybody. It is a Saturday here at the Bingham house, but it is not just a typical Saturday. This is a general conference weekend for our family. So for those of our faith, we spend our Saturday and our Sunday watching a couple different sessions of general conference, which is where the leaders of our church and our prophet give talks that are inspiring and uplifting. It's a wonderful weekend, something we always look forward to. We have some special traditions that we like to do with the kids to try to make it a little bit easier to listen to the talks and to get more out of them. So I tried a few different things this year because it's good to switch it up, try different things. So my friend gave me a couple different ideas. So I printed out pictures of the 12 apostles and the first presidency so that when they give their talk, there is a snack that the kids get to eat so that they have something to munch on during each of the talks. And then at the very same time, on the back, it says a certain activity that they get to do. It's kind of a quiet activity. I just gathered a ton of things we already had. You know that you just have tons of things in your closets your kids never get out and play with? I tried to gather things that were kind of quiet, things that they could do with their hands while they're listening, and just gathered all of it. It looks like a giant mess, but I think it will be really fun because these kids haven't touched these things in months, maybe even years. So I pulled all of it out, and we're gonna get some of these things out during it. So we've got do-a-dot markers, we've got stamps, we've got puzzles, we've got kinetic sand, we've got Play-Doh, we've got stickers and cars, yep. And then actually I got out a big bin of Legos. We have orange rolls rising in the oven for a yummy breakfast. So it's going to be a wonderful morning. We are actually going to spend our breaks in between our conference sessions trying to prepare for a surprise birthday party for Justin tomorrow. His birthday is on Tuesday. Weekdays are crazy with work and school and sports. And even if we skip some of it, it would still be impossible to fully celebrate him. So we're still gonna celebrate him on his birthday, but we wanna kind of do like a surprise dinner tomorrow. It is going to be a busy day. I'm a little bit stressed about it, but I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. So come along with us. Okay, you guys, we have a little break between conference sessions. So I ran to Trader Joe's. It is actually my very first time in Trader Joe's. I'm not gonna do a Trader Joe's haul because I just did a Costco haul, and quite honestly, I just don't need food. But I do want to get some fun fall things for a charcuterie board for Justin. It's probably one of his favorite things when we go to a restaurant is to get a charcuterie board, so I thought it might be fun to do that for his special birthday surprise dinner tomorrow. And I've heard that they have really fun, unique things, so I'm gonna go in there and see what I can find.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. We've got our navigator here, Ryan Knold. We are on our way to do a trail called Das Boot. Now, it is just above the subway. The subway is an iconic canyon here in Zion National Park. Das Boots is just above that, requires wetsuits and, I don't know, about 50 meters worth of rope. Is that fair? That's fair. About an hour hike in, about 2 hours in the canyon, about an hour hike out. We are hurrying as fast as we can because Sean has Seinfeld tickets tonight that we got to get back to. But just a little education here. Stack rocks are called cairns. Now out here there's usually no trail markers, so people stack rocks to identify if you're on the right trail or not. So we're looking for stacked rocks called cairns that guide us through really an area like this that ultimately would be really challenging to find your way to where you're going without some sort of trail indicator. So we're looking for stacked rocks. And if you look, they're just about everywhere that indicate you're on the right path. Woo! Look at this, you guys. Okay guys, Sean has taken off. He unfortunately had to take off to go back to Seinfeld, so he left us out here. I will admit, this might be one of the most complicated approaches I have ever done, and I've been coming here for 6 years. There's no indicators. Those cairns eventually just kind of disappeared. The only thing we're able to track right now are shoe prints, and there's only a couple, which means maybe some people were up here yesterday, maybe earlier this morning. Generally, they don't allow a lot of people in the canyon. You have to apply to get a permit, and if you get that permit, you can come. So usually there's not just a ton of foot traffic, but we're definitely seeing foot marks. But like I say, this has been the hardest approach I think I have ever tried to have to figure out, and I still don't know if I'm on the right track. Well guys, I think we have made it. Guys, I think we've made it.
Okay, I just got back from my very first trip to Trader Joe's. I am a huge fan. We've never had one very close to our house until just recently. It's still not super close to our house, but I am hooked. I am definitely going to be making a trip there more often. I love that they have things that are very seasonal, something that's fun and different. but not in huge quantities. It's not super expensive, so you can just buy little bits of things. It was the perfect place to get things for a charcuterie board for Justin's birthday surprise dinner tomorrow. So let me show you what I got. It's not a Trader Joe's haul because like I said, I just did a Costco haul. I don't need a ton of food. So I got kind of like just a little mini haul. So I actually talked to one of the employees there. She was so great and she took me around and told me a lot of her favorites. So in the cheese department, she loved this 1000-day Gouda cheese, this Asiago with rosemary olive oil. And what I love is that these were like $5 each. Usually when you go to a grocery store and get a block of cheese, it can be expensive. Sometimes $10 for a little wedge of it like this. This one, she said, is the most popular cheese that they have at Trader Joe's. Unexpected cheddar cheese. This is chèvre with honey goat cheese. Justin loves goat cheese. Sounds like a really good one. Pepper jelly, so good for a charcuterie board. I'm so excited to try theirs. I love cherry anything, and this is cherry jam. She recommended these pita bite crackers, and I've heard that these are good. Fig and olive crisps. These Kalamata olives, she said, were amazing, and these are amazing. They just come in a little packet, but I thought they were worth trying. We got some prosciutto and salami for the charcuterie board. She recommended rosemary ham, which I love rosemary anything. I will let you know how it tastes. It looks amazing. Marcona almonds are so good, love them. We got truffle and rosemary Marcona almonds. Very seasonal, we got some pumpkin tortilla chips to go with some fall harvest salsa. It has pumpkin, apples, and butternut squash in it.
Oh, I don't know how that sounds.
Durin's not very excited. That sounds delicious, and he actually has a pretty open mind. He loves to try different things. So I got a few other things just for his birthday dinner. We have some steaks in the freezer that we got from Costco that we're gonna make. I'm gonna have to figure out how to Traeger them because Justin's our Traeger guy and it's his birthday and I have to cook them, so wish me luck on that one. I found a pre-made salad just to make it a little bit easier tomorrow, and it's seasonal as well. Arugula, butternut squash, feta, dried cranberries, candied almonds, white balsamic vinaigrette. Sounds amazing.
Why do you keep getting butternut squash?
Apparently he doesn't like butternut squash. So one of my favorite potato recipes, I think they're called fingerling potatoes, and they're with lemon and butter and parsley. It's a super simple recipe with very little ingredients. I'm telling you, they are so good. Oh, and I definitely got some yogurt covered pretzels for the charcuterie board as well. So first we are going to head to the dollar store, grab some posters to make some welcome home signs for Justin, and then the kids and I are going to come up with a scavenger hunt for him because we shop for him and he usually takes it back. It's really, really hard to shop for him. He just has his own style, he knows what he wants. So I think what will be more meaningful is if we do a scavenger hunt around the house telling him what we love about him, some of our favorite memories with him, and maybe some jokes to tease him a little bit. So we're gonna work on that with all of the kids to get that done before he gets home tomorrow.
Oh, here we go. We are suited up. We are ready to go. We have Ryan bringing up the back. We have Charlie. We have Matt. Here we go into the abyss they call Das Boots. Now this is a short walk. Eventually we may need to swim. Anyone getting water in their shoes yet? Oh boy. So guys, Das Boots is a 2-hour slot canyon with multiple interesting obstacles in between. As you can see, it's not all water, but the water segments do require proper gear. And then after that, we're gonna finish through the subway. So we might be hiking out of here around 8 p.m. There's a good chance we will be in the dark. This is more narrow than Pine Creek and Keyhole. I believe we arrived at our first swim into here. The only way to do this is to kind of just jump right in. Ready, Char? Ready. Here we go. Oh, do it again. All right, guys, we are not out yet. We have finished the subway. It was amazing. Probably one of the coolest canyons I have been in here in Zions National Park. And I actually didn't want to do it because it's such a long hike out. It adds another, they say, 6 to 7 hours to our trip. We've got Matt and Ryan back there who claim they know the exit. We've been bushwhacking, rock hopping here for the last, I don't know, 2 hours. We think we're getting close to the exit though. Guys, there's little frogs everywhere, brother. Check this out. They are everywhere. Anyway, my battery's running dead here, but we'll try to see if we can't meet you guys at the exit.
Okay, we've all got our own poster to write Daddy a welcome home. Happy birthday, we miss you, a picture. Turin over here is working on coming up with a word for each letter. Are you gonna do Justin or Dad?
Dad.
Less words to come up with?
Yep.
Okay, so Turin has to come up with 2 D words and an A word. D, let's think. Daring,
And there's
darling,
darling.
doer, dainty.
I'll do daring.
Daring's a good one.
There also is a smelly marker.
Ooh, we love smelly markers. What does that one smell like?
Kind of smells like it's green apple. Yeah, I think it is, or it smells like pineapple to me, but.
Ooh, yum, I love
Yeah.
pineapple. Okay, Turin and I were having a hard time coming up with adjectives that start with the letter D.
They're all
We settled on which one, Tur?
devoted.
Divine, I thought.
Devoted.
Okay, devoted, like he's a devoted dad. But we're totally laughing because there are way more negative D words than there are positive D words. We've got depressing, despicable, difficult, disagreeable, disappointing, disgusting, distraught, disturbed, dizzy, demoralizing,
Yeah, it's like all negative. I'm like, what am I gonna think of?
deceitful,
Okay.
defiant. There's a lot of negative D words. So Dad, we're really working on finding some good D words here. We've got daring, awesome, devoted. Perfectly describes Dad. Oh my goodness, I have been helping the boys and I had no idea Ava was over here drawing our entire family. Show me who everyone is.
This is Mommy, this is Daddy, this is me, this is Ashton, this is Lyndon, this is Karen, this represents
Where's Annabelle?
Enda, this is Enda.
And who's that?
These are the cats. But I didn't finish
Ava,
them.
I didn't know you could draw so well. You're an amazing little artist. All right, Ashley, come tell me what yours says.
So, love you in big letters, welcome home. Then, love you, you are the best dad and cool. You are
Awesome
so
and cool.
daring and the love rock climbing. And then I have cool designs and love you and those.
Tons of exclamation
Yeah.
marks.
And then I miss you.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That's a lot of writing, good job. Okay, I just have to brag about my Lando for a second. He just wrote this poster. It says, "We love you, Dad, we miss you." Landon has been working on his handwriting for a long time, and it has been a little bit of a struggle. It's been hard, and I'm not kidding you. I think it's just been this last couple months that your handwriting has gotten so awesome. We can read your letters so clearly, and I'm just so proud of you because it just shows that you should never give up. You just keep trying and eventually you'll succeed. Is that true? I am so proud of you. You can now write your own poster. This is the first time that Landon has ever written an entire poster, an entire paper, an entire anything with his own handwriting all by himself. So we're having a little bit of a celebration. I told him to stand up and shout from the rooftops. Let's hear it, buddy. Let's hear it.
Woo! I just wrote my own poster!
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
All right, guys, I am back. I hitchhiked to my car. It's actually very common to hitchhike in Zion National Park. A lot of people were going down the canyon, not a lot of people coming up the canyon. I was fortunate enough to catch a 4Runner heading up full of people, so I sat in the trunk and hitchhiked back to my truck. So I'm now driving back to pick up my guys. Guys, what an adventure today. Oh my goodness. That subway was something else. It took us 7 to 9 hours to do our slot canyon and then combine it with the subway. It was incredible. So we're gonna go get a bite to eat. Yeah, probably just go back to camp, hang out, get a good night's rest, and then we're gonna take off early tomorrow morning back home. I'm excited to get back to Lindsay and the kids. I have not seen any of the fun stuff that they have been doing because for the most part of this event, I'm out of cell phone service. So I don't know what they're up to. I hope they're having fun, but you know Lindsay, she's full of fun. Anyway, guys, all right, good night.
We are the last two standing tonight. Well, I'm the last one standing. Even Annabelle's sleeping. Okay, you guys, we made some good progress today getting ready for Justin's surprise birthday tomorrow. He has no idea. He says that he's leaving early in the morning, so I'm thinking he's gonna get here around lunchtime, but I'm not totally sure. We got our posters done. All 4 of the kids got the posters done. We got our scavenger hunt started. We wrote down some things we love about them. We wrote down some clues as to where to find them. We started taping them around the house. We've got to finish that up tomorrow. I am so proud of all my kids, but especially Landon today, because he has worked so hard on his handwriting and it has been really, really difficult for him. I'll be totally honest with you, when he started writing, I looked over at his poster and I was caught off guard a little bit because in the past it's been really difficult to read most of the letters that he writes. Some of them are legible, but most of them you can't totally make out. And he has a really great team at school, you know, of helpers, and a special ed department has been making accommodations for him, which we're really, really grateful for, which means in math class, when they're given a test, he's given it orally, which means the teacher asks him, you know, the aide asks him the questions out loud. He gives her the answer. She writes the answer because it just takes away that frustration and helps him to just focus on the material. He's able to give the answers, he knows the material, and it makes it a successful, happy, positive situation at school, and I'm so grateful for that. The special ed department suggested maybe having him speak when he's writing in his journal and things like that, and I said, you know what, that's okay, but I don't want him to stop practicing his handwriting. I don't want him to never write again. I don't want him to just speak text for the rest of his life. I want him to continue to work on his handwriting because I truly believe it will eventually come. I know that he's already 8. I know that handwriting usually comes a lot younger than this, but I just don't want him to totally give up on it. I want him to continue to work on it with his aides. When he writes in his journal, even if he can just write 3 words, I want him to write those 3 words. Just keep working on it. I just knew it. It's like I truly believe that mothers just have instincts. And my gut feeling said for him to just keep practicing it. And I'm telling you, today was that payday where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, his letters are starting to look like letters. And I cannot even tell you how happy it makes him to see the satisfaction on his face to know that he can do that is worth everything. I am so proud of him. And the truth is that Landon deserves all the credit because that kid never gives up. It's just another testament to the way that boy lives his life. He doesn't give up. He keeps going. He stays positive as best as he can. And he just proves to the world that even if it doesn't happen as fast as you want it to, even if it doesn't happen on the timeline that everybody else says it should, don't give up. Don't decide that it's not going to work for you. Just keep going. You can do it. He is such an inspiration to me. I'm so proud of him. Oh, it just made me so happy to be able to see him do that today. So Dad gets his poster tomorrow. It's going to be even more special. We are going to have a delicious charcuterie board. I cannot wait. And we're going to wish Daddy a happy birthday. He is turning 36. Man, we are getting close to our 40s. Okay, not really. He is. I'm not. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below. Turn on your notification bell so you know when our videos come out. And we will see you guys tomorrow.